In this video I'm going to talk about a woman who turned a man into her slave. And this has happened many times throughout history, but it happens all the time in a modern world. Now, this particular story is actually from a guy who wrote into me, and he said he wanted to know why he lost all the power in his relationship and why the woman he was with didn't respect him and why he was essentially being treated like a slave. Now, it's normal to think that a woman might treat you like a slave if you are lower value than her, right? You're not in the same category when it comes to looks. She's much more beautiful than you are. She has more money than you. She has more social value than you, right? So if there's an obvious imbalance, then it's pretty easy to understand why a woman might look down on you. However, in this case, the man was higher value than the woman. He made more money than the woman. He was equally attractive. He was in good shape. So why did the woman end up treating him like a slave? So let me give you some examples of how this woman treats this man. She will tell him to go out and get the food. I need milk. I need this. Go get this from the supermarket. And when he says, why don't you go and get it? Then she would reply, shut up and just do what you're told. So she's really disrespectful too, okay? And she doesn't respect the guy because she's talking down to him. He doesn't have as much time as her, obviously, because he's busy. That doesn't matter. She is telling him to go pick stuff up, to cook, to clean. And whenever he tried to fight back or question why she didn't pull her weight, she would always reply, if you don't like it, you can leave. So her threat is that she's going to leave him, and he's obviously too scared to lose her. Now, anytime a man is too scared to lose a woman, he's going to lose power. That's just essentially the way it goes. We don't like to admit it as humans, but all relationships are a power struggle. And of course, it's not how we want things to be, it's not how things should be, but they are a power struggle. And whoever has the most power is in the one-up position, is in the powerful position. They're more attractive, they're more desirable, and the person who has less power is in the one-down position, which means they're less desirable and less attractive. Now, the wider that gap grows, the more problems ensue. Now, this woman is always threatening to leave this man. She says she's willing to leave him. I don't think she's really willing to leave him, but whenever the man questions her, she always says, I'll leave you, and he backs down. He always gives in. So if you want to have power in a relationship and you don't want the power to be inverted, then you have to be willing to call a woman's bluff. If she says, I'll leave, you tell her, good riddance. If she tells you to do things, don't do them. If she starts to be disrespectful to you, then you must be the one who's willing to leave, and you must be willing to enforce it, because if you can't enforce it, then she's never going to believe you. You're never going to have true power in the relationship. And as I talk about in my book, Atomic Attraction, if you want to be more attractive and more desirable, then you've got to have the power. My book is based on over 120 scientific studies and 40 real-life case studies. You can pick up your copy today by clicking on the link below, and don't forget I do phone and email consultations. You can book a consultation with me on my website, developattraction.com.